is Friday night, Hangout, creating our stories, piece by piece. This is Friday night, Hangout, creating our stories, piece by piece. Exploring limitless opportunities, illuminate our path, amplify our impact. Oh, it's Friday night Hangout. It's Friday night Hangout.
Are you feeling stuck in your business, professional, or personal life? Or are you struggling to find purpose and direction? Imagine having a clear sense of direction, achieving your goals, and living a fulfilling life. Joy Onyesoh Coaching Consult is here to help you. We will work with you to identify your strengths, overcome obstacles, and develop a personalized plan to achieve your dreams. With our coaching and consulting services, you will gain clarity, confidence, and the tools you need to succeed. Do not let fear, lack of clarity, or doubt hold you back any longer. Take the first step towards achieving your goals and living your best life. Contact Joy Onyesoh Coaching Consult today. Joy Onyesoh Coaching Consult, empowering you to reach your full potential. Call, SMS, or WhatsApp +234 704 229 1171. Or you can visit our website www.joyonyesohcoachingconsult.com. Hello, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Hangout. My name is Joy Onyesoh, and I'm super excited to welcome you to this exciting time that we're going to have together today. So this is our season 20, episode 226, and today we are talking about building professional relationships, networking, and collaboration. So if you're here and you know you are a professional in any field, then you want to stay in and listen to this. Even if you're not a professional, right? You want to learn the value and impact of networking and collaboration. So this it is for you. Now, you know why I'm happy tonight is we have a very special guest in the house. But just before I bring her in, you know, I always love to know how your week has been. So tell me, use the TGIF, hashtag TGIF in the comment section. Tell me where you're joining in from and let me know how this week has treated you. Friday night is when we hang out. And this is just the beginning of, you know, stepping back, smelling the roses, and just getting to do you. So please join me in welcoming my amazing sister, a beautiful, wonderful personality. Her candor is really so enchanting. Barrister Doris Okoro. Welcome, my dear sister.
Wow. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited. I remember the first time I was a guest in Friday Hangout so many years back. And today, just looking at it, I'm looking at 220 something episodes. Wow. This is what consistency is all about. Thank you so much, Professor Joy. Thank you for having me in this amazing program today.
I'm super excited to host you. I know how difficult it has been getting a hold of you and bring you on this show today. And for those of you who do not know her, I will give her time to explain herself and then she will delve into the conversation. But you know, before she goes into explaining herself and then responding to the first question, I want to tell you why I brought her in today. And when the conversation is going on, you will understand the value she brings to the table. Very recently, her school, Evergreen School, had I think I'll call it a graduation ceremony, yeah? And I was invited. I was really excited. I was impressed. I'm not going to spill all the beans now. We're going to get to that question and you would understand why you need to listen to her. So if you need to get anything done, please get it done quickly. Get out your note-taking material, your notes, because nugget you're going to be leaving this room with tonight. So please, Barrister Doris Okoro, can we get to meet you?
Okay, thank you so much, my dearest sister. Like you've already said, my name is Barrister Doris Chinedokoro, and I'm a teacher. I love to say that again and again and again, that I am a teacher. Yes, I was trained, or I am trained to be a lawyer, but I think I've been called to teach. You know, I've been trained to be a lawyer, but I've been called to teach. So I teach, and it's been such fulfilling journey teaching. So I am the CEO Evergreen Group of School, and I'm the convener Southeast Educators Conference. And of course, in a nutshell, Evergreen School is a school in Enugu. And in the group, we have other schools. Their names are not Evergreen, but they are all part of the group. And Southeast Educators Conference is a conference we do yearly to bring together educators in the Southeast. And these days it's beyond the Southeast. So just say it's a conference for educators all around the world. You know, I think that's just about it. But please, in the whole introduction, do not miss out that I am a teacher. You know, and I get this name that I love and I always like to share people to know. I'm the teacher's teacher. I love to teach teachers, you know, so I get that name, I guess, from people, but I'm loving it so much. So I probably tell people, I am the teacher's teacher. Thank you so
Teacher's
much.
teacher. I
Yes.
love that. So when anywhere you see her, just call her. You don't even, if you forget her name, just say teacher's teacher. And say who
Teacher's teacher.
me. She would know that you do know her. So thank you once
Yes.
more. We're going to have a conversation in two segments. The first segment, we're
Okay.
going to be looking at building and maintaining professional relationships. And then the second segment, we're going to be looking at effective networking and collaboration, because these are very two key aspects of the conversation tonight. I know we never have enough time to do justice to the conversations, but we'll try and get it done. So the first one is we often talk about professional relationships, right? So what are the key elements of building strong professional relationships from your own experience?
You know, thank you so much, Professor George, because he said from your own experience. You know, anything I'm going to be discussing today will be from my experience, from my sector, from my space as an educator. So in this space, to build professional relationship, honestly, I think what we need is all relationship you're building, especially professional relationship, lies on respect, relies on consistency. You know, let me just take the stakeholders that I interact with daily. Your parents need to be respected. They need to feel that they are respected and they're heard. And whatever you're offering your stakeholders, be it parents, be it staff, be it the children, it should be consistent. You should consistently offer quality. We offer education as services. We should also consistently offer quality education. You know, of course, if you want to have strong professional relationship. Your community, your space, your partners should be able to see and say and testify. I mean, it's the same thing. It has been consistent all the way. And I mean, I'm respected in this school. I'm heard in this school. Yes, I'm a staff, but I'm heard. Yes, I'm a staff, but I'm respected. Yes, I'm a parent, but they respect me and I'm heard. I think that's really what we need in our space to build strong professional relationships.
Yes, whatever stakeholder you are, being respected, being heard and valued. But over
Yeah.
time, how can we build that trust and credibility?
You know, it still boils down to what you offer. You know, it still boils down to what you offer. It still boils down to, you know, um, when you offer quality, for example, I still have to take example from my space. When parents bring their children to your school and they consistently see, oh, when I bring my child, I see my child come home with value. When I mean value, value is relative, to be honest. I'm not talking about the value we always think about, but value parents think they need from school is relative. A parent's measure of value from school might be academic excellence. Another parent's value from school might be, morals. But whatever the value, whatever the parent consider as value, and the parent consistently see, my child comes home with that, this is what my child is getting from this school. I see the transformation. I can trust this school. I can trust this partner. Because in that space, you are partnering with parents, you are partnering with teachers, all of us are partners in the same goal. What's the goal? The learner, the children, to give them the best. So everybody's bringing something on the table for us to get the best. So even in that relationship, the only trust is that, this is what I'm doing. And I can see, other partners can see that you are delivering on promise.
I love this. There are two key words you've used this evening that resonates very deeply with me. The first one is consistency. Now, and I'm speaking to you, the audience watching us, right? When we speak about consistency, we're talking about you showing up no matter what, you engaging in what you believe in no matter what. You don't have any excuse to deviate. So if you have given a commitment that you're going, for instance, in her sector, the educational sector, if she has given a commitment to parents that, if your children come to the school, no matter the time of the day, meaning that no matter the season, no matter the hardship, you can trust us that the academic, the quality of the academic they receive here would be consistent. Nothing is going to change. If there's going to be any problem or challenges we have, we will communicate with you. Do not go back on that. Some of us believe that, people will understand, and you then begin to do things that are not, in alignment with what you have promised. Some of us do not have any qualms whatsoever in changing what we say. So are you that kind of person that when you tell someone, I'm going to be there, I'm going to give the person, say, when you leave the person, say this one, just forget it to go and look for solution elsewhere. So you see, it still comes back to that trust, credibility, consistency, honor, respect is a whole lot. So if you're watching us tonight, I want you, because some of the things we do here is we want you to start looking inwards. Change starts from us first before we can replicate it. So from you, how consistent are you? How much do you respect the value you bring on the table and the perspective other people bring on the table as well? So that's very key. Now, before we conclude this first segment and move into the second segment, we've talked about a number of things, but I want to just reflect on strategies for long term. Now, if one is a professional and you're thinking about long-term strategies to keep you relevant in your network, what do you need to be doing? So I'm just starting off and I'm a professional. I want to grow. I want to expand my network. What strategy would you advise that I put in place to enable that I remain relevant within that network?
Professor Joy, I honestly, once you throw these questions to me, I start looking for answers around me. I start like every answer I'm giving you is just around me, around my space. So asking this question, okay, what strategy should I use to make sure I keep delivering, to make sure that I keep, I keep my relationship. I just have one word for that: innovation. You might want to ask why, because honestly, in this space, you're doing well. You're a good school. You're consistently delivering on promise. The funny thing is that the only thing that can shake you is how dynamic things are happening every day. What is happening in the sector? Because you actually can be working so hard to remain consistent, working so hard to keep delivering on your promise, but the sector is so dynamic and you're not innovative enough to match what is happening. Just like planting and turning away. So in this sector, for you, the strategy you need to have, build and have it around you is strategy of making sure you're watching. It's like watching astronomies, astronomers, I don't know what they're called, but it's like the way they watch. It's just the way they watch the weather, the way they try to tell you, it's gonna rain tomorrow. You in this education space need to watch. You need to know what is the trend, what is happening, what is going to happen next. Just let me give you an example for this question, maybe to help all our audience to understand it. Right now, textbooks have gone off the shelf.
Yeah.
Like in well-developed societies, you don't see textbooks on the shelf. You go to bookshop, you don't see textbooks. You know why? Every text is now like an app. You buy app and you go to your class, use your smartphone, open the app up, and you're teaching. So what you see now in on shelves, in bookshops, in well-developed world, what you see are practice papers. Practice papers. So it's assumed that you've done the work. You just want to buy practice papers to like keep practicing. Now you have watched it. You see, it's already here, and you're waiting to embrace technology. You're waiting to find what can I do to start running and racing so that I make sure I'm not relegated to the background. So I make sure I still maintain my relationship. So I make sure I still give giving value. So that's why I say you need to be innovative. It's one major strategy to for you to maintain this relationship. You need to be innovative. They need your partners need to trust you to, oh, we are right on time. Oh, we're doing the right thing. Your teachers, for example, in our space, your teachers need to know we're open our game. We're getting trained by the day for the latest innovation, the latest technology in learning and teaching. We're getting trained, and parents are seeing that yes, this is the latest. In a global world like the one we now operate in, parents are also aware. They're not
Yeah.
ignorant of what is happening in the sector. They're also aware.
Yeah.
So you being very innovative is a show of building that trust with them. You see them trusting. Oh, we know the latest in technology. We know. We're sure this our partner will do it and all that. That's what I think.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is so exciting. So, if you're an entrepreneur, it's also for you. You can't be running a business and you're just focused internally. You're not lifting up your head to see what is happening around you and your
Yeah.
ecosystem. Every business is operating within an ecosystem. How well versed are you within that ecosystem you're operating in? Well, in the vocal world, now we've added technology. And technology is changing the way we do business. It's changing the way we engage. It's changing the way we show up. So if you're not leveraging, then you're missing out. And now this is for you as well. So your clients, your stakeholders, they are also watching, like Barrister Doris said, and they are also learning. So you need to up your game. What are you bringing to the table that your clients will feel you have the solution and I can pay you to get that solution, right?
Yeah.
This is not the time to offer fluffy stuff. Business as usual would not work. That's why you have to be innovative. You now have to be dynamic, right? You have to be steps ahead, so that you're not swept away by by technology. And that brings me to segment 2, where we'll be looking at networking and collaboration. Now, the truth is, you can't do everything yourself. When you were talking much earlier, you were talking about partnerships, right? And I'm interested in that. So, in terms of leveraging networks and the currency of collaboration, how can we do this while also we've talked about technology, while also leveraging technology as well? How can we remain innovative, leveraging on social media platforms and networks and collaborations? How can we do that?
Okay, Prof. We've said three things here now. You talked about social media platform, networking, and collaboration. And I just hope I'll be able to meet them together. I'm so interested whenever I hear the word collaboration. I am so interested because I can tell you, I tried it and it works. It works. But let me start with networking and social media. You know, in our space, if you're not networking, you can't survive. If you're not meeting people daily, intentionally, you have to. Because one thing I've realized, if you do not come out, you rot in ignorance, no matter what you think you do, and you know. if you do not come out. And it's so shocking and so surprising that the places you will not expect them are the places that will correct you. The places you might look at this, oh, no, these people, I do better thing that you network and you hear something that you run back home and start correcting yourself. So for us and for me especially, I don't joke with conferences, local conferences, national conferences, international conferences. And I tell you something, it doesn't matter the space you find yourself. Education, oil and gas, any space you find yourself, every conference, every gathering that is, gathering of intelligence and yes, of course, intelligent and well-meaning people who are interested in push themselves forward. As long as you enter there and network with people, you find new ideas, you see new perspectives, you see how you can do things that you ordinarily will not believe you'll find there. So I don't joke with such places anywhere. Sometimes personally, I just surf the net looking for, oh, where's the next conference? I can afford this one. Let me go. I'll meet people. I'll meet people. It's from you, Prof, that I always hear this. That your network is your net worth. I had it so many years back from you, and honestly, then I wasn't living the life. Right now, your network is your net worth. Yes, it doesn't matter the sector. So it's important, whether you're in the education space or any other space you find yourself, expose yourself intentionally to network. And of course, leverage on social media. Talk about what you do. I tell people that social media is the new currency. Social media is the new currency. And whenever you come out to social media to network and also, show the world, showcase yourself to the world, make sure there's something you're selling. I always tell people the danger of social media is if you are the consumer. But if you're also there to market, you find out that it's going to be useful to you. So for us in education space, people need to see what you do. People need to see it. People need to know. Show them every day, oh, look at what I do and look at how I do it. And of course, the last thing we mentioned there, Prof, is collaboration, which is, like I told you, is my best word these days. And I keep asking myself, why did our parents not expose us to that? And I realize it's because of the kind of education we were given. We were given education that made us cover our books. When you're writing an exam, you cover your books. When you're writing simple text in class, you're covering your book with your hand. So that's never exposed us to concept of collaboration. But you can imagine these days in classroom where children are now made to sit in groups of 4, giving work together. They all do the work together and do presentation. So collaboration is now being enforced, not just being enforced. Children are finding themselves. They might not know what they're doing, but they're finding themselves working in teams and they're comfortable working in teams. Nobody's now struggling. I want to be faster. I want to be second. Children are not comfortable working in teams. Now, for those of us who are not opportune to be trained like that, we still struggle with collaboration. But if you understand today that collaboration is the new competition, maybe you will get some deliverance, yes. Understand today that collaboration is the new competition. If you want to compete favorably in your sector, please collaborate well. Why do I say this? Because I realize that you cannot be an island. In this sector, we have school leaders. By the grace of God, in our town, in Enugu State, I tried so much when I entered into the sector to start collaborating with other school owners. And I tell you the truth today, school owners that I have been collaborating with are the backbone of what I do. They are the backbone of what I do. And it will surprise you that we are like walking distance away from each other. One of the things that make people so scared of collaboration, you want to see the next person as a competitor, especially if the person is in the space where you are. No, That's wrong. They are not competitors. They're your collaborators. They make you better, you make them better. Especially when there is genuine collaboration. Because we've seen it all, but I don't want to go there. What I'm trying to say is, as long as you find people and knowing that it wasn't just being your sector. Like I collaborate with my colleagues, I collaborate with other people to make my work easy. Other people from other sectors that need to help me make my work easy. I have to find a way to, okay, let me call those one partners, but sometimes I do also collaboration with them just to make my work easy. So what I'm trying to say here now is this. I just want to leave something, and I want it to enter into the mind and heart of the audience. Collaboration is the new competition. I just want you to know
Beautiful.
the latest way to compete now is collaboration. So if you're still in your corner, covering your paper, covering your work, covering what you're doing, you've been left behind. By the time you open your eyes, you won't see anybody. People
Yeah,
have been flown away. You're there doing it. Thank you so much.
they've all gone.
You've all gone.
Thank you so much. So, joining in, welcome to the Friday night hangout conversation. With me today is barrister Doris Okoro, and we're having conversation on building professional relationships, focusing on network and collaboration. So if you're in here, please sit tight. These are 226th episode. Now, barrister Doris, we've been talking about collaboration, and yes, we've identified as a new gold mine, something we all need to tap into. How can we identify collaboration opportunities, right? How can we?
You know, first of all, collaboration that is not within your colleagues, collaboration that you need for your services to be better, you identify them. For example, I I know that in any curriculum right now where you don't have programming as a subject is faulty. Coding as a subject should be from primary one. But the other day I read that China had made AI education compulsory from primary one. And I was just telling myself, we are still struggling with coding and programming. These people have gone to making AI compulsory for primary one children. So I know very well that if you don't have coding and programming as a subject, before now it is something that they are doing coding. It's not, they just take it as like a side thing. But now, no. If you don't have it as a subject, then you have a very faulty thing you're running. And how can you do it if you don't find collaborators in that space? You have to reach out to people. Oh, please, can we collaborate on this? You ask, how do we find collaboration opportunities? So, first of all, the areas of need. You can find people to collaborate with in the areas of need. And another way you can also see collaboration opportunity in your own strength. There are things you're powerful with, even in that ecosystem. You know this one, I am powerful. You can bring people in to share that because as you collaborate with them to share that, you're getting strength in your weak areas. So the fastest way I try to identify collaboration opportunity is when I notice whenever I feel in this place, okay, let me just make it simpler for us. I love curriculum design. I love it so much. So in this case, if you ask me what's your strength, I will tell you to design curriculum. So because I love it, once I design something, I see that's very fantastic. This is going to give awesome academic performance. I start calling colleague, come, let me teach you something. I just realized that there's something I'm doing because I know this is my strength. I mean, you can't have it. I don't think we're two in that strength, and that's what I believe. So I'll call. I know this is my opportunity. I will even call those I've not called before. When they see it and I pour it out, they are eager to share theirs. And as they share theirs, I'm strengthened because they might not know that this might be the only thing you have. You have other weak areas. They share theirs. Theirs might be the ones that strengthen you. So for me, how to recognize collaboration opportunity? First of all, things you need to be done in your space and you can't do it. Look around and find people that can help you do it. Then when you have strength in you that you can share, especially that people need this thing you have in you, once you share it, it builds trust. Because somebody listens to you, oh, she's sharing this. It builds trust. Because they don't rally around you. I know when Prof, when you came for graduation, I'm sure you are amazed by the number of school owners seated there.
Yes,
Just because there have been times I called, come, let me share something I love. And as you share it, they're like, trusting you. Let me tell us something. Once you can share what you know confidently and comfortably, people tend to collaborate with you.
that's true.
They're ready to also share theirs.
That's true.
So for me, that is how I recognize this opportunity for me to form collaborative, what do you call it, opportunity. This is just what I need to
Opportunities.
do. Yes, this is what I do now to make sure that I collaborate with these people and of course deliver excellence in what we do.
Beautiful. I love this. Not just collaborate, also being able to deliver excellently in what you do. And that's what we've been saying. You must come with some value to the table. I recently attended an event and I got a question, and the young man was asking me, how would he know when he's ready to collaborate? I said, you must have something of value you're bringing to the table. That's one way of sustaining that relationship. Any relationship that is not mutually beneficial, would not would it will find difficult to sustain it for a long time. Whoever it is that is always bringing out or giving will get tired. But God has
Yes.
placed something in your hand. There is something of value that you have. Barrister Doris says there must be something you have as a strength. You can collaborate leveraging that. So this for us is just even beyond professional conversation. If you're an entrepreneur, you want to really listen to this again and take one or two nuggets out of this that you can work with. And before I ask Barrister Doris to give us our final word as we wrap up, because we're running short of time, I want to introduce this book to those of you who haven't seen this book. And that is the Power Woman book, right? It talks about Power Woman, principles and strategies for increasing your circle of influence. This is so important. It has 8 chapters, and all of this chapter, in fact, in one of the chapter here, we talked about, that's chapter 4, we talked about Power Woman. The P, what does it stand for? The O, WER. So if you're here and you want to understand how to stay focused, how to understand what your unique value proposition is as a business, or your personal value proposition, or understanding what your values are, then you want to quickly grab this book. We're going to put a link in the comment section where you can click on and get this book, and it's not expensive at all. You may have one or two people you want to give this out to. I tell you, this is a mindset transformer. You can't read this book and not have a shift. Honestly, if you want to have a shift, you need to grab a copy of this book. This book will definitely create a shift. Even as the author, from time to time, I pick up this book and I read it again. That's the beauty of books, right? They're timeless. And so you can't go wrong with the Power Woman book. So I encourage you, even if you have teenagers, a young girl, you have someone in the university, you have an entrepreneur who is starting off, or even who is already set in his ways, and you want to bless that person, please grab a copy or copies and give to the person. The person will thank you. These are things you gift that the person would forever remember you, that started that journey of shift or change in their life. So you don't want to miss getting this, right? Now I will come back to my sister Barrister Doris. Like, what will be your final word as we wrap up tonight?
Okay. Okay, my dear sister. When you said you're going to come back to me, final word, I just kept thinking. And what just kept in my head is this thing you said. I explained it, but you summarized it when you said you must bring some kind of value on the table. You must bring it. So I just told myself, listen, for collaboration to work, because sometimes people really ask me, how come you're able to get all these school owners? How come you're able to get all this colleagues in the industry? And you will really do things and come together, and people see that even years. Now I sit and think I know. What happened was I consistently have brought things on the table. Consistently. And it's not something you're bringing. You're now doing your checking if the other person is bringing. No, you're genuinely consistently bringing things on the table. And each time I come out to share, I go back enriched. I am telling you the truth. So each time you come out to share that which you think you have, without holding back, without holding it, you live enriched. This power of Diary of CEO said something. If you want to master it, you teach it. It's one of the laws. If you want to master it, you teach it. So each time you come on to share that which you have, in the spirit of collaboration, you go back enriched. You go back enriched. So my last word to our audience this evening, no matter what you're doing, no matter the space you find yourself, can you try sharing value with your colleagues genuinely from your heart? Maybe you're frying akara and you know tricks you can fry the best of akara. Can you call the next person frying akara? Can I teach you this? Don't be afraid of competition. No, there's no competition anywhere. There's none. That's just the truth. And that truly is my word to our audience this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Excited that we had this conversation. I look forward to bringing you back on the Friday night hangout in the near future. And for everyone who stayed with me and with Barrister Doris, thank you for joining us on this edition. I'm so sure that you're blessed and you're going away with nugget or two, because I've also learned a lot, and I've made a mental note of one or two things I'm going to do as a result of this conversation we've had. And that's what it is. When you share, you take in. When you give out, you fill in as well, right? So when you hold on tightly, there's no space. So, but when you give out, you have space to take in as well. So it's mutually beneficial. I've listened to my sister Doris. She has listened to my summary and see the way we are just connecting each other's thoughts. And I'm hoping that you, as the viewers watching this, there is something you're going away with tonight. Thank you so much for always trusting Friday Night Hangout. I look forward to seeing you next week, Friday, where we also would conclude our conversation on this month's topic of the types of relationship and the benefits of building effective relationship. Thank you so much, Barrister Doris. We look forward to seeing you next time. From all of us and my team in the studio, is bye for now. We love you. See you soon. Bye. Welcome to our She Speaks Masterclass on sustaining momentum, strategies for long-term impact. Are you a visionary and ambitious woman ready to scale your business and grow your impact? I am Joy Onyesoh, and I invite you to unlock your full potential by attending this 2-hour virtual masterclass. In this class, you will discover the secrets to sustaining growth, empowerment, and success in your business. We'll cover the fundamentals of business development, building a sustainable structure, and accessing resources for growth. By joining this masterclass, you'll gain clarity on business development principles to drive growth and success, a sustainable structure to support long-term expansion and momentum, resources for growth to fuel your business expansion, and a strong personal brand to attract opportunities and impact. That's not all. You'll walk away with a clear plan to sustain momentum in your business, strategies to overcome obstacles and stay focused, and a supportive community of like-minded women holding you accountable, and of course, practical tools to drive long-term impact and success. So, register now for our Sustaining Momentum Masterclass happening on the 30th of August 2025, and take the first step towards achieving long-term success and impact. And you know what? Distance is not a barrier, because this is holding virtually. Do not miss out on this opportunity to sustain momentum in your business. Register now and let's get started on this journey to success. See you on August 30th, 2025. Follow us on social media for updates and behind the scenes insights. See you in class.
This is